the damage of introduction of gene drive DNA and then release into the environment is most likely to be unpredictable damage. Once again, we come to this paradox. It is not what they say they're doing, it is what they're actually doing that they don't know that should have us concerned. We should worry not about what they're saying they're doing, we should worry about what we know they're doing, which is many things that nobody can predict. It makes it a little harder to fight against that, but that is really the real concern, not what they say they're doing. So introducing, a CRISPR construct, of course, will have worse consequences than introducing just an agrobacterium plasmid. But it is not the consequences of what they say is going to happen. It is the consequences of what is actually going to happen that they don't know and we don't know. I mean, we have to remember the gene editing of the 1970s was being done by people who really knew what they were doing. They were real molecular biologists, microbiologists, people like that. Because they failed to deliver on the utopian promises, the problem was passed, instead of listening to them who said, no, this is not going to work, this is out of our control, etc., etc., the problem was passed on to people who didn't know that much. And that process of just moving the problem to one group of people to another has now reached the level where so-called gene editing is being done by people who really don't know anything about biology. They're engineers. They know about how to run a fermenter. They know how to build an electric system of switches and condensers. And they think that they understand living things because they compare them to their models of engineering. But you push them into a corner, and they will usually admit, and they will say, well, that's what biologists tell me. This is how biology works. I'm just an engineer. So all this gene editing is being driven not by biologists, but by engineers.